And welcome to Part-Time Nerd Podcast with me, your host, Alan. Sports is happening over here. Forgot to turn the phone off there. And joining me, as always, Mr. Rapid Dave. How you
Hello.
doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
Doing good?
Friday, man. I'm excited. We're reviewing Batman. It's Friday. It's October 1st. I don't know if we're supposed to say the date, but I'm
That's
embracing it, man. I've been waiting for October. So
That's when we recorded it. It gets released after today. I don't know what day I'm releasing this yet. Last one we released on a Saturday didn't do so well, so I might wait. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to feel it out and see what happens. But here we are. Back to our animated Batman movies, Batman The Dark Knight Returns, Part 1. This is the 2012 animated movie. IMDb, it's got this at 8.8 out of 10 on this one. Couple of the big names in this one, you've got RoboCop himself, Mr. Peter Weller playing Batman, and then Princess Sophia. Sophia the First is your Robin, Carrie, Ariel Winter.
I don't know what you were saying.
Yeah.
I think you skipped by like one of the biggest things. You were already shocked by the 8 out of 10 for IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes has 100% on this.
Are you
100.
serious? Okay. I
don't know
never look
what's
at the
going on.
Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know why.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's not that I'm shocked. I think I'm just shocked because everybody just S's on everything. So nothing ever gets 100%, right? Like we're talking about the next
Right.
movie we're going to watch and they got like a 0 and we're like, our minds are blown. So no spoilers on that. It's coming soon though.
Floored by that one. I was talking to Liz about that last night, and she was like, "Yeah, well, it wasn't that good." I go, "It's got what's his name in it? That deserves 2 stars in and of itself."
I would have put her on the floor, hit her with a pillow so hard it would have knocked her out.
And then she goes, "Why? Because he's an overactor?" I said, "You watch your mouth. You watch your mouth."
Cops would have been called at that point. I'm
It
not
was
going to
close. It
do
was
not
close.
besmirch that man.
It was
R.I.P.
close.
Anyways, let's get down to it.
So here we go. Let's jump into it. What are your initial thoughts?
I remember watching this a couple of years ago and really enjoyed it. It's Batman's old. He's old man Batman. He's like 55, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it's 55.
So
Yeah.
55, well, way past his prime. Commissioner Gordon's about to retire. He's like 5 days away, and the mutants are running wild.
He's been out of the picture for 10 years.
Mm.
This is coinciding with the 10-year anniversary of Batman not being there. They talk about that. Like, it's been 10 years since Batman's been sighted.
Yep, and so they mentioned that the people who were around back then, they remember him and they miss him, and then like the younger generation, they think it's just like folklore, like he's a legend type thing, like they don't know if he existed or not. But the mutants, that's their name, they don't want to be called a gang. You call them a gang, they're coming after you. They're just the future of Gotham,
Right.
I think is how they like to call themselves. But they're all weird. They all talk crazy as hell. They all have the visor with they look like Cyclops from X-Men.
And they're calling themselves mutants. Like, I thought that term was weird that they used the term mutants in it. And the leader was really weird. Like,
it was huge.
He was huge, which when you get later in the movie and he's in jail and he's breaking out of the jail, I mean, they let him out, but they're directing him, and he's climbing through the air ducts. Those had to be the biggest air ducts ever. Like,
I mean, because he's huge. I mean, he's gigantic.
Right. Yeah.
You can see there's a showdown between him and Batman. Batman for me is just old, but then all of a sudden he's 55 years old. He's spry. He's out there, cutting flips, just beating up everybody. He comes out of retirement to take on these mutants. Finally, he does meet up with the head mutant, but you get a little bit of Robin. Ariel Winter turns into Robin, saves him a couple times. I mean, all in all, I really did enjoy this movie. The animation was fine. I didn't have any issues with that. The cast is good. There's nothing that really set off any like, oh my God, this sucks or anything like that. I was glued to it the whole time. And but yeah, 55 years old is a little old. Even Alfred said something. He goes, "You're not in your prime." He's in your prime. He's in his
How
prime.
old is Alfred at this point in time?
He's got to be like 80.
Like he's getting around pretty good, right? Alfred's still moving around, but this is based off the Frank Miller story, legendary, story writer for comics. It's not just Batman, but this is one of his better stories. You know, you've got this, you've got Year One, things like that, and it's a little bit different. The animation style, I felt like this was a little artsy. Like you're getting an artsy Batman here with some of the stuff that they were doing, and it was very, very dramatic, like drenched in drama at a lot of points. That being said, though, I did still enjoy it. It just was, it's a different take from your, especially everything that we've been watching, you know,
Yeah.
here lately. The reason why he comes out of the retirement is because of Harvey Dent, though. Like we're completely glossing over the fact that in this, Harvey Dent has been reformed. Um, and they've actually fixed his face.
Yeah. Looks the
But
same. That was the thing, right? That both sides
yeah,
match or whatever. And
right.
but he's still
But his
crazier to get out.
well, he doesn't see the fixed face. He sees you destroyed both sides of my face. Like when because they kind of show what he's seeing, and he sees that, and he thinks everyone's just kind of laughing at him and making fun of him. Um, but
He's still a nut farm.
yeah, 100%. Joker's a vegetable when this starts. You know, he's just there.
Yeah, he's in
Um,
Arkham, just I mean, sitting there. You know it's him. You can see him. He doesn't make any sounds or move or anything like that. He's just sitting there until the end. But yeah, I mean, you do have some characters in here, but it's mainly, they do bring back Harvey Dent, but it's like he's doing a bunch of other crap. You know what I mean? They really don't focus in on him, but he's just like a side story. You know what I mean? Like a news story that they bring up and
yeah,
talk about, and um,
which they have a
not a
lot of
lot
those
there.
in this.
Do what?
There's a lot of those news stories and things like that in this. They keep cutting away to the news and what public perception is and things like that. The other thing I thought was interesting in this is in this story, Jim Gordon knows Bruce Wayne's Batman.
Right.
So
They're sitting there having a drink together. They're talking. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Bruce is just knocking back the whiskeys. Like, I mean, he's
he's
going to
just
town.
living life. He's racing cars to get that. He needs to feel that edge, that rush, that adrenaline, you know. And he's running the car to the max to where he loses control of the car and it goes off the side of the road and he ejects at the last second before the car's totaled and he dies, just so he just wants a little taste. That's it.
I,
Just
I
wants a little
didn't get that
taste.
whole part either. They're like, oh, you got to back down. The car's not made for that. But then the other cars are catching up to him. Like, so if he's pushing it to the max and the
You're
cars are
using an
going as fast as
inferior
they
car.
can, yeah, something's wrong, right? Like there's something else a little issue with that. I think that was like my only issue with it. I thought that part was kind of dumb, but he's trying to live it to the max, right? You're right. He
Yeah.
needs that thrill.
For me, the thing that gets me is Carrie, when she's in the Robin gear, where she buys a Halloween costume so she could become Robin.
Mhm.
And it was way too easy for her to become Robin too. Like Batman's just like, you know what? Screw it. Come on, kid. Let's go. Let's have some fun. You
She
know,
saved
uh,
him. She saved him, jumped
I
on him at the
understand
last
that.
minute. And and she's like, I want to be Robin, you know what I mean? And she's like, all right.
He
She
he
gets him.
didn't vet her, do a background check. He didn't even know what her name was. He's just like, yeah, come on, kid. She could have been a bad guy trying to infiltrate his ranks. You don't know. Batman doesn't know. Alfred's the only one who's got a level head here. He's like, "Sir, just stop talking." He's like, "Shut up, Alfred." Like,
Ugh.
he's just old and he doesn't care anymore, right? But she's not tricking anybody in the Robin outfit because all she did was put on the outfit. Like, she's still got those unique one of a kind glasses and that Conan O'Brien like head of hair.
Yeah, ginger
Like
hair.
like it'd be like Conan O'Brien putting on the Robin suit and be like, "I'm Robin. I'm not Conan O'Brien." Dude, nobody has that hair. You're not fooling anybody. Like,
That's the bit with Robin and Nightwing and whatever. They put this little thing on that covers this much space in their whole face. It's like
right,
you put on the Robin mask. We got it, man. You know what I mean? We know.
but they do have a very generic haircut, okay?
Yeah, possibly.
They're not walking out there fighting crime with a flock of seagulls hairdo.
You like the flock of seagulls? Oh, I can tell you do. Oh my god.
So do something with the hair or something.
That's a
I'm
diet.
just
Diet some other
it's
color.
yeah, or put on that mask you were wearing when you were pretending to be a mutant. Like that was a pretty impressive mask to say the least.
I do like their lingo though. They talk funny. Like I was chuckling every time they were talking because they just sound like they're idiots. They dumbed them down to like cavemen. It's like,
Yeah, and that's
but,
kind of what they were. Like the one guy's walking around with a shirt that says "I'm Rob," the other one says "I'm
dude,
Don."
that is gonna we're gonna dress up for those two dudes like on the show for Strikeout Beer one night. We're gonna get these two shirts made. It says I'm
Right.
Rob in the year.
Like, and that's the extent of but and they are very much simplistic like that though, because in the final fight, where Batman's fighting the leader, and he's fighting him in 2 feet of mud so that he slows him down, because otherwise the dude's going to beat the crap out of him. I mean, the first time they fought, Batman was doing his best Jason Todd impersonation, just sitting there, just getting the crap beat out of him by a crowbar, right? Um, but once he defeats him, it's just like everybody just kind of falls in line and he's the new alpha. And now you have the Sons of Batman that break out. Now there's other factions that don't fall in line and they've got their own little gangs and things like that. And I guess that's where part two comes in, where he's tracking them down and more of Carrie as Robin. But then you've also got, like, I like how he says, "All right, yeah, no, you'll be the new Robin. Training starts tomorrow, but let's go on this mission now. We need to go do this mission now." So training's not starting now. So just
It's on the
ignore
job
what we're doing.
training.
Yeah,
On the
but
job training. You know what I mean?
but
This
you would
you're
still
gonna learn the most like this. Ugh, it does make me nervous, but I am looking forward to the next one. Whenever we get to sit down and watch it. Uh, yeah, I just overall I did enjoy this movie. I liked it. It's not a bad. Well, how long was it? Like an hour and 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or something like that.
hour and 15, I think, something like that. All these animated. That's what I love about these animated movies is they're all quick. They're all just over an hour. They're easy watches. You go through them pretty quick, and they're fun and enjoyable.
Yeah.
It gives you more of that, just more Batman, which I'm okay with. I like Batman.
hmm I
So
did enjoy the ending, like when you had the Sons of Batman. I like their faces; they were painted with the blue Batman symbol on it, and then it cuts to Arkham because they're talking about it on the news, and the Joker snaps out of his little coma, you know what I mean, or whatever. Maybe he wasn't taking his medication that day. And then he
yeah,
says, "Oh, Batman," and then he got that freaking
that's
smile, and I'm like, here we go.
there we
So,
go.
and I
That's
think that is
interesting.
part two. Like he comes back right for part two as well. I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Which I'll say this: Joker looks good for his age.
Yeah,
Like
getting aged a bit.
he does not look like he is aged at all. Meanwhile, Batman's he's definitely older. He's looking rough. He's got the gray hairs coming in.
Well, he's 55. Oh, at this point, I guess it's
I
even
mean,
older. But yeah, it gets more and more out of hand.
Joker's about the same age. It's not like Joker was a kid when he was fighting Batman.
Right,
He was
right.
the same age or older. You don't really know, but it's got some good skincare action going on there. We gotta maybe find out what his daily routine is.
It's called being crazy and not caring so much. So like all the concern and worries on Bruce Wayne has just aged him terribly, I guess. And then the Joker doesn't care. He's just carefree,
Oh, because
living
you've never
life.
seen the Joker just flip out and just off like 7 of his henchmen.
Yeah, but it's carefree living. It's not
Okay,
stressful. He immediate reaction to situations.
okay,
He's not
alright.
pondering. He's not thinking, overthinking anything. God.
You alright?
Yeah, waiting to
Okay.
close this out.
You got anything else?
Big gulps, eh?
Well,
Well, like I said, we're watching all these movies on HBO Max. So if you have HBO Max, go check them out. They're a ton. All DC universes on HBO Max. So get to everything while you can. Enjoy it. And this movie it popped up immediately. I've already seen the next couple that I do want to watch. So we'll talk about those. But yeah, can't wait for the next one, part two.
yep, part 2 will be next. We'll get that to you next week. We're not gonna leave you hanging on that. We're gonna be doing at least one Batman a week, so that will be the next one. And then we've got some other stuff coming up, working on good stuff. We're gonna
Fanboy
watch.
Friday is lit.
Oh, Fanboy Friday is we dropped the Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets review today. So when you're done watching this, go watch that if you haven't yet. It's good stuff. But hey, guys, thanks so much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Appreciate all the comments. If you guys have any recommendations, just go and shoot me over an email at parttimenerdpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, we'll talk to you later. Deuces.